And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand. We do have some breaking news for you this afternoon, and actually it comes from Northern Ireland, as there has been a quadruple shooting in the country in a small village in County Fermanagh. And what we know so far, guys, is that 2 people have died and 2 are seriously injured after a shooting. As always, guys, we will go through what we know in today's live stream, but you've got to appreciate that it is breaking news and not all of the details are going to have come out, but we will go through what we know so far. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get involved in the live chat. I'll be taking your reaction a little bit later on, but let's go through what has happened in Northern Ireland. As stated, a tragic and deeply unsettling shooting has unfolded in Northern Ireland this morning, leaving 2 people dead and 2 others seriously injured. The incident took place in the quiet rural village of Maguire's Bridge, located in County Fermanagh, not far from the border with the Republic of Ireland. Emergency services were alerted just after 8:20 a.m. today to reports of a shooting on Drumere Road, a small, typically peaceful part of the community. According to the Northern Ireland Ambulance Service, multiple emergency crews were dispatched immediately to the scene. That included rapid response paramedics, traditional ambulances, and an air ambulance Northern Ireland helicopter. A spokesperson confirmed that after the emergency assessment and treatment at the scene, 2 individuals were transported to hospital, one flown by air ambulance to the Royal Victoria Hospital in Belfast, and another taken by road to the Southwest Acute Hospital. Both victims are said to be in serious condition. Tragically, 2 people have died at the scene. Their identities have not yet been released, and their families are expected to be notified in due course. The exact nature of the victims' relationship to one another and to the suspect or suspects involved remains unknown at this time. The police service of Northern Ireland confirmed they are currently investigating this scene and stated that there is no ongoing risk to the public. That assurance suggests that officers believe there is no active threat or gunman still at large, although no official arrest or suspect identification has yet been made public. Police have sealed off parts of Drumere Road as forensic officers and detectives conduct a thorough investigation. Drivers and residents in the area have been advised to follow local diversions and remain clear of the active crime scene while inquiries are going. The shock of what's happened is reverberating across the political and local communities. Now, Sinn Féin MP Pat Cullen, who represents the Fermanagh and South Tyrone constituency, expressed her heartbreak and concern in a statement released earlier today. She said, "My thoughts are with the victims and their families at this tragic time. I am in contact with the police around this ongoing situation. Police are currently at the scene of the incident outside Maguire's Bridge, and there are a number of road closures while investigations continue." She urged the public to refrain from speculation out of respect for those affected and to allow the facts of the case to be established through official channels. Another DUP MLA, Deborah Eriskins, also representing the area, said the local community is in shock. This is a rural, quiet area. Everybody is deeply affected by what's happened this morning. At present, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to say that there is no official word on motive behind the shooting, whether this was a targeted attack, a domestic dispute, or something else entirely has not yet been disclosed. However, as this story does continue to develop, the PSNI is urging anyone with relevant information to come forward. Investigators are likely to remain at the scene for several hours, if not days, to piece together what exactly has happened. But this incident is not just a personal tragedy for the victim and their families. It's one that has shaken an entire village. Of course, it's a small village and has raised serious questions about how such violence could erupt in a community not accustomed to it. However, here at British Stand, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue to monitor updates from the police, ambulance services and local representatives as more information becomes available. We'll provide you with a further update if needs be. But certainly, hearing about shootings in the UK, albeit Northern Ireland has a little bit of a different history to the sort of mainland of the United Kingdom, it's still extremely rare, you know. Guns aren't illegal in the United Kingdom, but they're highly, 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 highly regulated. At a time, Northern Ireland, of course, did see its fair share of gun violence over the years, but still, equally, anything happening in the UK is with regard to a shooting is usually quite big news and something that we're not really accustomed to as Brits. So yeah, I mean, 2 people dead, 2 people in critical condition. I mean, again, we don't really know anymore. You know, we're always kind of kept in the dark a little bit with regard to UK investigations such as these, and we probably won't find out for a little while in terms of what has actually gone on, the full motive, the person behind it and whatnot. But equally, 4 people shot, 2 in critical condition and 2 already dead is devastating enough. So yeah, well, I'll keep you guys up to date as the day goes on, and if there's any more information, any more breaking news, relevant information, then we'll keep you updated. But let's get a little bit of reaction, of course, from people in the live chat. I would want to say my thoughts are with the families. You know, it's one of those things that's there. It's obviously a devastating thing that's happened, and as I said, my thoughts are currently with the victims' families at this horrible, horrible, horrible time. Stormcrow says IRA reforming. I don't know. Again, it's sometimes, again, with Northern Irish things, I think guys on the ground in Northern Ireland, people that live there, know more than me. I can't really speculate and say something like that, but in his history, there has been stuff like that in the past, near borders, towns, and all of these kind of things. But with regard to this, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is going to be. End of the line says, I don't think at this point that anyone Irish is against anyone Irish. Yeah, that's a good point. It is a good point, to be fair. I mean, I haven't heard anything of the IRA in years. So yeah, I doubt it, but then again, I suppose you can't leave it off the table. But again, it could be something domestically. It could be an attack. It could be a target attack. It could be gang. You know, there's loads and countless things. It could have just been a maniac cutting about. You don't know. But of course, in the UK, unfortunately, we're not allowed to speculate with these things. Otherwise, you could end up in the jail yourself for some weird reason. It will have a nasty surprise if it tries to enter my house. There is still in Londonderry on the foil. Diddly-do. Dylan Twig says, no ongoing threat to public safety and no suspect has been identified. What aren't they telling us? Well, again, yeah. I suppose that's an interesting take. So there's been no talk about an arrest. There's been no talk of someone being arrested or suspects being arrested. However, then did say that there is no ongoing threat around the area. So you are completely right. Sometimes you are kept in the dark with these things. You don't get all of the information straight away as to other countries. Other countries, you get like a lot of information up front pretty quickly. But with the UK, as stated, you're always kept in the dark a little bit. Vic the Red says, just got here. What's happened? Well, there's been a quadruple shooting in Northern Ireland, a small village in Maguire's Bridge in County Fermanagh. And it's 2 people have been killed and 2 people are currently in critical condition. Investigation is ongoing. Police haven't confirmed if anyone's been arrested and not released a motive as of yet either. But yeah, guys, I'm not going to kick the arse out of it. That's all we've got with regard to the live stream. We'll be back with plenty more content today. And if there's a major update with regard to this in particular incident, then of course we'll update you as the day goes on. But if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to British Stan. We are closing on 230,000 subscribers, which is to my disbelief. Then please do subscribe. We'll be keeping you up to date with all the breaking stories that happen out of the UK and in Europe as well.